Well, good day, everybody. We are excited to bring this live webinar to you. My name is Tony Adamy, and I'm calling you from my home office in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I am an independent representative with Infinity to Global, which is I2g. And right now we're going to show you a quick glimpse of our online casino. You can see there's blackjack, baccarat, and roulette available 24 hours a day, gaming throughout the world. Very, very exciting. And you're going to learn about how we came about all this and the merger that we had and the opportunity in front of us called Infinity to Global, or known as I2g. I myself am an independent representative. I'm not an owner. I'm not a stockholder. I'm not an officer. I'm just an independent rep, just like you can be. And I'm going to be talking to you from the heart tonight, showing you a slideshow presentation and going through the details of what we do and the opportunity at hand. I'm going to fast forward just a little bit into the roulette so you can kind of see it and get a glimpse of what we're talking about. For those of you that haven't seen this, if you go to I2gcasino.com, I'll put that in the chat box, I2gcasino.com, you can log on and take a look at what we're talking about. This is pretty exciting. This happens to be the roulette game. Again, we're going to go through a full presentation. And as a disclaimer up front, we are not talking about buying stock. We are not talking about a security. This is not an investment. You can become an independent representative and represent our company. We have 3 different divisions, which we're going to talk about. And the incomes that we are talking about, you have to earn, of course, the rights to them. And I'm going to talk about how you earn the money. So they're not guaranteed. They have to be qualified for. But you'll see when we go through it, they're very doable, because if it happens to me, it can happen to you. So again, we're showing you the roulette game. So if you can bear with me just a moment, I'm going to switch screens and go into our presentation mode, and you can get an idea of what we're talking about with Infinity to Global. We're very, very excited about it, and I'm glad to be able to present this to you tonight. Again, it's a new year, and we have a lot to be grateful for with what's going on here in the new year and the opportunity at hand. On a personal note, I went ahead and got started with this program. I got a phone call late summer, right around Labor Day here in the United States. A lot of you can relate. That's first part of September. And got a phone call from a dear friend named Dennis DeVoren. And then I got another phone call in the middle of the night from Richard Anzalone, which we'll talk about. He was calling me from the Far East, from Taiwan. He pretty much said, Tony, this is bigger than we thought. You need to get in, and you need to get in now. And they said to me in so many words, and Dennis said to me, Tony, this thing is so big, if you position yourself now, we're about to explode this company. By Christmas time, you can leave your job. And I'm thinking to myself, Christmas time, that's only 3 months away. I said, I'm thinking to myself, if I can get an extra $2,000 by Christmas, I'd be happy, because, you know, I can get better Christmas gifts. They said, no, we're serious. So get in, do it part-time. We know you're working full-time, and so on. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to incorporate my story in the business, but I did fire my boss on November 22, 2013, 33 days before Christmas. And if I can do it, you can do it. So let's go through the presentation, shall we? Again, let's talk about Infinity to Global, and let's talk about who came up with this fantastic idea. His name is Rick Mikey. Now, Rick Mikey is an American. He's been in the networking and home-based business arena for over 25 years. He started 2 separate companies. Both of them are still in business today. They've both done over $100 million in sales. And let me tell you something. When you can get to $100 million in our industry, that's saying a lot. That's like the all-star team, if you know what I mean, when it comes to networking. And that's pretty enormous. So he went ahead and did that, and he not only he succeeded at it, but he had a little frustration, because with nutrition and with, because the first company was Healing America, a nutrition company. The other company was Velocity, which is an oxyberry juice. But every time he tried to go out around the world, he had some challenges with borders. He had challenges with labels, ingredients, so on and so forth, nutrition values. So he was always stopped in his tracks, and he had, he wanted to explode his business around the world. So he decided to sell the companies and get involved in the online gaming and entertainment field and also have social media sprinkled in. Well, that's what we're doing tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about those three facets of what we do: online gaming, online entertainment, and social networking, which is pretty exciting. Well, Mr. Rick Mikey, you can Google his name, and what's exciting about this guy is that he's never been late on a check anytime that he's been an owner of a company. He's never missed payroll. He's never had a challenge with the regulators, never been tapped on the shoulder or shut down. And he came up with this great idea. So he took it to a group of attorneys in Florida here in the United States, and he said, listen, I've got this idea. I want to take these industries and I want to take them networking, and I want to blow it out around the world where there's no barriers, and you need to give me some advice. And he says, here's what you need to do. You need to go to Macau, which is very large when it comes to gaming. You need to go to the Orient and figure out all the rules and the regulations of the online arena. And then you need to go to Las Vegas Gaming Expo and learn some more. Come back to us several months down the road and report back to us. So while he spent several months there, he learned the tricks of the trade, but they told him one other thing. They said, Rick, what you need to do, instead of starting from the ground up, you need to merge with an existing company. Find a way to merge with somebody. And that existing infrastructure will help you skyrocket your idea, because your idea is brilliant. Nobody is doing word-of-mouth networking and gaming and those other facets the way you want to do it. It's brilliant. You're going to make a fortune. He found a company, 14-year-old existing casino, and I showed you a quick demo in the beginning. He cut them a deal, $15.85, which means this. They get 15% of the profits. They do the whole back end. They got all the dealers in Costa Rica. They have the licensing out of Malta, $250,000 a year to maintain. Everything is up in place. It's a Tier 1 license, which is the highest regulated license you can get. And he went ahead and says, okay, and your home office and your whole structure is out of Hong Kong. Fantastic. He's going to give you, I'm going to give you 15%, he told them, but I'm going to keep 85% because I want to pay 65% or more to my team, 65 to 75% to my team, which is you and I that are involved, that can be involved. And if you want to get busy and tell people about what we do, ladies and gentlemen, you can have money that's on the table that we're going to be talking about tonight. That's incredible. Well, that was a great deal. And he pressed the issue and he got it done, and they opened their doors on the website, brand new, August 3rd, 2013. So run the math. That wasn't too long ago, August 3rd, 2013. And there are many people that are earning serious incomes since then. He also brought in Deutsche Barnes. Now, Deutsche Barnes has a tremendous amount of information and background as well. Look at that, 25 years, $1 million money earner on DSA Global. Now, who's DSA Global? Well, that's the Direct Selling Association on a global scale. That's the who's who, kind of like the Better Business Bureau of the planet when it comes to direct selling and network marketing. They govern and they watch everything. And if you're with them, you are way, way, way above the rest. So Mr. Deutsche Barnes has got some tremendous credibility. He feels we're going to be in the top 10 in the next 5 years. Other people think we're going to be there before that. Mind you, this is a 40 to 50-year-old industry, and we're just getting going with our side of what we're going to do. So I mentioned to you there's three industries: social networking, online gaming, and entertainment. Let's talk about networking first. Well, this is an industry, if you look there on the left, it's a $200 billion, with a B, billion-dollar industry and not going away anytime soon. Wall Street here in the U.S., Facebook and Twitter, okay, they're publicly traded. So this is definitely something going on here. Then you've got Pinterest, you've got YouTube, you've got LinkedIn, you've got all kinds of other social media stuff. Well, here's what we've done. We put together a platform called I2g Touch system. And what that is, it's a $20 million platform that you and I can use instantaneously as a rep, not only for your business here, but for what you might do for a living now. So if you're a realtor, if you're a massage therapist, if you're a dentist, if you sell insurance, if you're a car dealer, whatever, you can use this. What it is you take, it's a software that you download on your laptop, your tablet, or your computer at home, and you can have all of your social media on one screen. That's right, your Facebook, your Twitter, your LinkedIn, your Pinterest, your Instagram, all on one screen, so you don't have to log in, log out, log in, log out. It's fantastic. You're going to love it when you play with it. Well, There's also some other aspects to it too. You can actually have your own channel where you can videotape presentations or videotape sporting events, bar mitzvahs, weddings, recital, anything you want to do, and you can show it around the world. It's called our I2g Touch system in the United States. This is our primary product because you might know that online gaming is not officially live in America. It will be coming soon. It's just a matter of time before it is available in all 50 states. But this is our primary product in the United States, and I'm going to elaborate on that a little bit more. This is an example of the live feed. This gives you an example of, you can't really tell, but all the logos are right here of the different social media networks. You can log in, log out. It's really very simple. It's all on one screen. This gives you an example of video chat. Straightforward, right to the point. A lot of you have done video chat before. No problem. This is our system. And these are an example of you can send unlimited videos, audios, and images. You can even send somebody a 3-hour movie through this network around the world. The top 4 boxes are representing different channels that you can set up and have different things set up. Well, look at that skyline view. Isn't that beautiful? I personally love skyline views. That, by the way, is Hong Kong. And I mentioned to you earlier that we have our infrastructure home office going to be in Hong Kong. And this is actually the view, or one of the, I'm being told that this is the view from our office over the Victoria Harbor. Isn't this beautiful? And we are about to launch this, and we are about to have some serious business going on in the Far East for those of you that are getting busy like myself. So we are here to stay, and this is getting bigger and bigger by the day. This gives you an example of live broadcasts, okay, where you can, again, you can have your own channel, and you can show this around the world. This next one here talks about assertive communication. What is that? Well, you can send documents. You can send all kinds of words, stuff through people around the world. And also, what you're showing here, now this is Susan Anzalone, okay? I didn't get a chance to talk about her husband yet, but let me talk about her husband. He was the guy that called me at 2 o'clock in the morning one night. And Susan and Richard go way back with me. We've known each other since the early 90s, and I was in their wedding in 1999. So we have a great relationship, and they are dear people, and her husband, Richard Anzalone, is the International Marketing Director of I2g. He's a great guy. He's traveling the world, and going to help this infrastructure even so. This right here is giving you an example of what we can do where you can actually walk out on the screen and talk to your reps or your contacts or the people that you're trying to communicate with. You can walk out and say, hey, this is Tony. Hey, check out my video. Check this out. Check that out. Make sure this. Make sure that. You can actually walk it on the screen, and you can set this up with a green background, kind of like the weather person has a green background, and they have all the graphs behind them. Same idea here, ladies and gentlemen. It's very exciting, and it is available for the I2g Touch, and there's more to come for I2g Touch in 2014. I mentioned to you entertainment, and I mentioned to you gaming. Let's talk about entertainment right now. Well, I don't have a big slide on it, so let me just give you verbally what's about to happen. We are about to get into the download music video industry. That's right, music videos. Think about iTunes. Think about YouTube. Think about how big that industry is, and it's growing. We are about to get into that space. We are also getting into online tickets and concerts and shows and so forth, sporting events, horse racing, other events there. And we're also talking about, Mr. Rick Mikey is looking into acquiring brick-and-mortar hotel casinos around the planet that he can own, we can part own or merge with, so you and I as representatives of I2g can travel around the world, get pennies, stay there pennies on the dollar, and we can go into the casino and play. And every time we place a bet in the casino, we make money as a representative. That's right. And I might say that 3 or 4 times in this call, but the bottom line is that's the way it works in our gaming division. We make money every time somebody places a bet. So if we acquire a casino, what's also going to happen is that when people go to that casino, but when they leave, they're going to be educated and told, hey, by the way, go to I2gcasino.com for your online experience for gaming and play baccarat and play roulette and play blackjack from the convenience of your home or anywhere around the world where you've got an internet connection. There's no download required. So we're going to be telling people to go, and that's part of our company, ladies and gentlemen, and all that volume could be part of your business. It could be absolutely massive over time. It's the fastest growing segment on the internet when it comes to online gaming. $45 billion industry right now and growing. They said it's going to double in 2014. It's going to go to $90 billion. $90 billion. Are you kidding me? What does that mean? That means that you and I, if we get to work, a lot of that volume is going to be underneath us. We're going to override it. How much of that do you want? Well, I know I want a bunch. I'm not greedy, but I do want a bunch. And I do have some big goals for not only my family, but for my team. And I'm telling you right now, we're all getting busy. We get paid every time people play. I love that. That's our motto. And like I said before, you might hear me say that a few times. Well, let's go into this a little bit. I showed you a glimpse of the live dealers. We talked about blackjack, baccarat, roulette. More games are coming. Again, there's no download required. People log on. They go to I2gcasino.com. They put their username and their password in, and they set up their account with PayPal or international credit cards or Visa, MasterCard. Really simple. Then they start playing. Every time they place a bet, we get paid. And I'm going to talk more about that. But what's so good about it is that it's 24 hours and it doesn't close. Now, I live in Las Vegas, and I've been here 34 years, and I've seen this town go from a little bit to a lot. I want you to imagine something. Think about the Las Vegas Strip. If you haven't seen it yet, go to Google. Google the word Las Vegas, and when it comes up, hit the word images, and you'll see a whole bunch of images of this town that I live in. There's 40 million visitors a year coming to this town. 40 million. There was just 1 million here recently because of the new year. Well, I want you to imagine the 65 big resorts we have here, and if they all came into one big mega resort in the sky, we call it the cloud, C-L-O-U-D, the cloud, and you and I can log into that, and everybody that we know can log into that, and every time they place a bet, we make money. That would be enormous, wouldn't it be? And that was the vision that was presented to me back in the day, which was just a few months ago. And I'm thinking, wow, this is going to work. Because everybody has, well, not everybody, but most people have an internet device. They have a smartphone, a tablet, an Android device, an iPad. They have laptops. They have everything you can think of, okay? Tablets, they're everywhere. There are people walking into you in the shopping malls, looking down, not even look where they're going. So my point is, we didn't have to invent that, and we don't have to invent gaming, and we don't have to invent social media, and we don't have to invent online music. People are already doing this stuff. We just got to tell them what website to go to, and we get paid. We get paid every time people go to the site, and when people buy the packages we're going to talk about. That's exciting. So I'm thinking to myself, there's no square footage problems in the cloud. In other words, they're not going to run out of room in the cloud. You can have people from Japan, China, Indonesia, Malaysia, Australia, Canada, Europe, all logging on at the same time. Mexico, all logging on at the same time. And there's no square footage problems. Over here where I live, which is about 4 miles from here, Caesar's Palace, they got a square footage limitation. They only can have so many people. So does the Bellagio. So does Bally's. So does all the rest of them. The Wynn, they all have square footage problems. So does the Golden Nugget. Okay, it is what it is. But in the cloud, there's no square footage problems. That's mind-blowing. And that's the world that we live in. So I want you to think about your market is the world. So go get yourself a picture, a big poster of the whole planet and put it on your wall. And I want you to think about that is your market. So let's talk about how you can make money from that. Here we go. You can become a novice, a player, a high roller, or an emperor. These are the 4 packages that you can purchase to get into our business. You can do one, and the point is just pick one. The bigger, the better, which we're going to explain. So if you notice underneath each one of them, it says business software, 1995. So what does that mean? Well, for 1995, let's just say it's 20 bucks. Here's what you get. You get your own personal website, customized with your name on it. The company is going to have all the information on the site, including Visa, MasterCard transactions, which you don't have to worry about. Company does it for you. The company is going to do all of your accounting for you of your entire team, keep track of all your customers, give you a report every day. Every week they're going to give you a master report, and every month they're going to give you a total of the month. They're going to do all your payroll for you, and they're also going to do your personal payroll, and they're going to send your commission to our third-party payroll system, which you can do, which we're going to explain to you, okay, in the training class. Well, They do all that, and they do it real time, and they do it for $20 a year. A year. Are you kidding me? Think about brick and mortar companies. Think about businesses you might have had or have right now. For $20, you can't do that for $20. Well, you can with I2g. As a novice, the opportunity for the package is $100. Now, what do you get for that? Well, you get the right to market everything I've been talking about, and you get to use the products as well. But in the United States, of course, we cannot right now yet log on and do the gaming, but it's eventually going to happen. But we can relicense that, and we can promote it around the world like I've been doing. The novice per month to keep it active is $25. You can take it out of your commissions, or you can just do it on a credit card over the internet. It's the 15 business volume is a tax stat, and we're going to talk about that. Internationally, in other words, everywhere outside of the 50 states of America, the monthly international auto ship is $25, but you need to purchase $25 worth of chips. You need to buy them, and you need to bet them in the 30-day window. That's called your auto ship for gaming. Now, why do you have to do that? Well, let's talk about that. Mr. Rick Mikey, when he cut the deal, like I mentioned earlier, with the existing 14-year-old casino and said, listen, I'm going to bring you thousands and thousands of reps, hundreds of thousands and millions of customers, but here's what I'm going to require that they do. In order for the business to explode, I'm going to require that the international people and the U.S. people are eventually U.S., but international are going to purchase chips every month and be active on the site for gaming to drive the traffic up and drive the revenue up. And they said, great, you got a deal. Because they knew word of mouth is the best advertising ever. Not just once in a while, ever. Word of mouth. So here's the player package, $20. $400 US. Well, what do you get with that? Well, you get even more bonuses and perks we're going to talk about. And then player is a $50 per month to keep active in the United States with 30 business volume. And internationally, it's $50 also. You purchase chips and you bet them, period. Whether you win or lose is irrelevant. You just need to bet them. You or somebody needs to bet them on your account. You go to your I2gcasino.com, log in and play them. High roller, $600 US with the $20 software package. $75 per month in the U.S. with 45 business volume, and $100 worth of chips internationally that need to be purchased and bet. All of these out-of-pocket expenses, if you're keeping score at home, is tax deductible, and that's for another subject. Get with your tax person. They can explain that to you. Cost of doing business. Now let's talk about the Emperor position. Also tax deductible. This is a one-time out-of-pocket $5,000 U.S. one time plus the $20 for the software. And what do you get with that? Well, you get a whole heap of stuff is what you get. First of all, your auto ship is included for the first 12 months. At $200 a month times 12 is $2,400. That's inclusive in the $5,000. So you don't have to worry about it. After the 13th month, or on the 13th month, it's going to be $200 a month, but you can have that taken out of your proceeds that we're going to be explaining here in the next few slides. So don't worry about that. If you're doing what you're supposed to, it's going to be a no-brainer. Internationally, it's going to be $200 a month, and you need to buy the chips, and you need to bet them, period. Well, one more thing I want to talk to you about before I go to the next slide. In the center line here, let me take my mouse. You see the center line here? All of these out-of-pocket packages, again, it's not a stock. It's not an investment. It's not a security. It's an online business package, software. Okay. 60% of that dollar amount is going to go into our marketing plan, which is going to be shown in the next few slides. 60% in the form of what they call points. P-O-I-N-T-S, points. So 60% of 5,000 is 3,000. Okay? 60% of 5,000 is 3,000 points for every emperor that comes into business. High roller is 360, player is 240, and a novice is 60 points. Plus, these are points down here, business volume points, that go into the binary every month that people renew, which, by the way, could add up to be a lot of money and residual income. So let's go into the 6 ways to get paid. Is this unbelievable? 6 ways? And speaking on a personal level, ladies and gentlemen, and not to brag or boast, but I am just now earning my 6th ways of earning money. This is my 4th month doing this business, and I'm excited for you, because you are also on the same level as me. Everybody's equal. We just got to go out there and go get to work. Well, the first way of making money calls out fast start bonus. Everybody that you bring in, whether they're an emperor, a high roller, a player, or a novice, 10% of what they buy, you get it over here. So 10% of 5,000 is 500. 60, 40, and 10 based on the packages. So if you need to make an extra 1,000 in your family this month, bring in 2 emperors. What would an extra $1,000 per month or this month do for your family? I know what it would have done for my family, and it's done a lot more than that. Thank goodness. Okay, that I didn't put this off and I didn't procrastinate. I got in when they told me to get in, and it's been exploding. Well, Emperor, 5,000. There's no limit to the number of people you can personally bring in, by the way. I've brought in over 20 people, and my goal this month is to bring in 8 more in this business and help their families explode with their finances. That's my goal this month. Having said that, there's no limit, like I said. And number 2 income is your binary. Bi means 2, which means you need to bring in 2 people. And it also means that you have 2 teams, your left team over here, and then your right team. Now look at the name at the bottom, Infinity to Global. Infinity means that your left team is going to go down, 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 down to infinity, unlimited levels. Your right team is going to go down, 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 unlimited to infinity. 2 means you're building 2 teams, and you need to bring in 2 people. You need to bring in 1 person on your left and 1 person on your right that goes through your independent business organization, IBO. You get a 6-digit ID number. Global means it's global. That's obvious. We're currently in over 85 countries and growing. I personally brought in people in Thailand, Taiwan, and Canada, and the Philippines, and they brought in people from Indonesia, Malaysia, Japan, Hong Kong, China, Germany, Netherlands, New Zealand, Australia, Italy, France, South Africa, Mexico, soon to be Brazil, and do I need to go on? And Cyprus. So those are a lot of countries that are currently in my group, and there's probably more than that. I'm not thinking of all of them. And Malaysia. And I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, if I can do it, you can do it. So I want you to think global. So you're going to bring in 2 people, left and right. Your business organization, your IBO, 6-digit ID number, and it's not prejudice. Here's what I mean. The computer doesn't care anything about you other than the fact that you need to be at least 18 years old or up in the United States to be active and to be liable for this business. Well, around the world, the computer doesn't care what color your skin is. It doesn't care if you're male or female. It doesn't care your political party. It doesn't care your religion. It doesn't care nothing about you. Prior experience or brand new to the industry. It doesn't care. As long as you do what we're talking about, you're going to get paid. Period. So don't think that, well, Tony's got involved before me, blah, blah, blah. So what? You can come in and you could out-earn me, and I hope you do, okay? The thing is, everybody's equal. So you need to put a person on your left and a person on your right. Let's just say this is John. John goes to your website, I2g.com / whatever you call yourself. He joins. You put him on your left. He becomes an emperor. You make $500 because he joined on your left. That's a good deal. John's an emperor. You bring in Mary, so you go to your website, you set your default to go to the right. We'll teach you in training how to do that. Your sponsor will tell you how to set your default. You put Mary on your right. She buys an emperor. That's another $500 that you made. So you made $1,000 in my example. Now, as an emperor, there's 3,000 points, as I discussed with you earlier. There's 3,000 points on your left, and there's 3,000 points on your right, because they both bought it. For every 300 points on your left and 300 on your right, you do a cycle. It's called a business binary cycle here in the middle. Every time you cycle as an emperor, assuming that you're an emperor, you make $60 every cycle. As a high roller, it's 50, player 40, and a novice is 30. So for doing the same work, you're going to get less money if you buy the lesser package. So it's behoove you to get the biggest one you can get so you don't leave much money on the table. At 300 per cycle, that's 10 cycles because you got 3,000. That's 10 times 60 is 600. So you made $1,000 from John and Mary and $600 from the binary. That's a $1,600 commission. And we pay that every Friday. Cutoff is 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. West Coast Time every Friday. And the following week, it's in your back office, and then you send it to the payroll division and then your bank account. It's incredible. Well, my point is, you need to get busy and start bringing people in. John's going to get busy. He's going to bring people in. It's going to go down your left side. Mary's going to get busy. She's going to bring people in down your right side. And before you know it, you're going to be cycling every week and every day like I am. Now, there's a limitation of $35,000 a week in this particular income stream number 2. Now, not a year, not a month, $35,000 a week. That's $5,000 a day. That's $150,000 a month is the most you can make in this income category, and I'm pretty sure you can live on that, and $1.8 million a year is the max. Now, this is a good thing, because in our industry, you need to have a limitation in this part of it. It's called treat. You don't want to have the company paying too much, because the company has, just like anything else, when you buy products at the store, there's costs. And in this case, it has to be the way it is, and that's a good thing. So, but you can always get a part-time job if this is not enough money. But I know you are going to be okay with this figure, all right? So let's go to income stream number 3, matching check bonus. Ladies and gentlemen, if you pay attention to what I'm going to show you tonight on this slide alone, you are not going to be able to sleep if you think about what I'm going to show you. You think what I've already told you is good. Watch this. Matching check bonus. Every time you bring in somebody on your first generation, or they bring in someone on your second, or on your third, or your fourth, or your fifth, all of those people, all the way down your organization around the planet, anywhere in the world, as people earn money in the binary, you can get a matching check bonus 5 generations deep. So let's talk about that. Now, over here on the right, as an emperor, you get all 5 of them. So it's behoove you to become an emperor. High roller gets 3 generations, which is still very good, by the way. A player gets 1 generation. Not bad. That's everybody you personally bring in. You're going to get 20% of what they earn in the binary. They go out there and make $10,000. That's a $2,000 bonus for you that month. Notice there's no novice here. So unfortunately, this is one of those things that the novice is not participating in at the $100 package. Well, I recommend you get the bigger package, because watch this. Let's say you brought in 10 people in your first line. Now, Tony, you just told me I can only bring in 2 in my front level. I know that. But you bring in 2 in your binary, but the other 8 are going to spill underneath the other 2, which means it's called spillover, or what we call love from above, and that goes in your team, just like I can bring in somebody that might spill underneath you. All of a sudden, you turn on your computer, and someone from Japan just joined. You're thinking, who's this person? Well, meanwhile, they brought in 7 emperors this week. All that volume counts for you because I brought them in. They spilled underneath you. That's a good thing, by the way. That happened to me a few times, and that's incredible when that does happen. It tells you how great of a marketing plan this is. Well, let's say you brought in 10 people, and they brought in 10, that's 100 in your second generation. They're all around the world. They brought in 10, that's 1,000 in your third generation. They brought in 10, that's 10,000. Do I need to go any further? All right. Having said that, that's a lot of money on the table. Every time those 10, 100, 1,000, or 10,000 people get a check, which, by the way, is every Friday, you're going to get some matching check bonus if you're an emperor. Look at that. That's a lot of money. 20% of a lot of people, and 15% of even more people, and 10% of a lot of people could be enormous. Enormous. The person that brought me in the business, he's making over $60,000 a month that I know of. It probably went up just in this bonus alone. That's life-changing. Absolutely life-changing. Well, let me give you a hypothetical scenario. I like to use this example because I think it's going to relate, because I used to be a manager at a company. Let's just say that I'm the manager, and I have 30 employees that I oversee, and you're the boss. You own the company. And you come to me and say, Tony, I'm an absentee owner. You're a good manager. You got great credentials. Here's what I'm going to do for you. Every month, if you do a good job, which I know you will, I'm going to take the 30 people that you oversee, and I'm going to put all 30 paychecks on a table, and I'm going to sit there with the calculator with you in front of me and add up all the paychecks for 30 of them, and whatever that number is, I'm going to give you, as the manager, 20% of it as a bonus for doing a fantastic job at my company. Now, think about that. Would that be a good deal for me? Would it be a good deal for you? Heck yeah, that'd be unbelievable. But does that happen in the real world? Not even close. Not even close. But guess what? It does happen with I2g. That's right. You can get exactly what I just said. So if you bring in 30 people, and for example, let's say they all make $2,000 a month, what's 30 times 2,000? That's $60,000. What if you got 20% of that? How much is that? Get your calculator out. Yeah, it's $12,000. Would you do a $12,000 as a bonus? That doesn't even count everything else I've been telling you. That doesn't even count. What if those 30 people brought in 30? That's 900 people in your second generation that you're going to get 15% when they go out there and make money on the binary. Are you kidding me? That's why I say you won't be able to sleep if you really understand what I'm talking to you about right now. This is enormous. Absolutely enormous. Okay? That's income stream number 3. Here's number 4. These are the leadership bonuses. For those of you that step out of your box, get out of your comfort zone, open your mouth, shut the television off, and go to work, and you become a leader, no offense, but you step up your game and really do what you're supposed to do, you are going to get rewarded. Here's what the company's going to do. Mr. Rick Mikey said, tell you what, if for 2 months in a row you do 125 cycles in your team, that's the first month and the second month, the calendar days, the 1st to the 30th or the 1st to the last day of the month, 2 in a row, we're going to become a bronze leader, and you're going to get a $5,000 bonus above and beyond making all kinds of money at 125 cycles plus matching check. That's a good day. That's a real good day. Well, if you do that after 2 months, great, you're a bronze. After those 2 months are over, if you do 250 cycles, now this might seem like a lot, but I'm going to tell you right now, this is not a lot. That's 13 emperors on your left and 13 emperors on your right. Whether you brought them in or not, doesn't matter. You bring in one, they bring in one, they bring in one. 13 on your right, 13 on your left. 25 on your left, 25 on your right. That's you and the whole team. Let me tell you something. I did this in November. By the 22nd, that's the day I retired my boss, and I told him, it's costing me money if I work here anymore, Mr. Boss. Thank you. I'm grateful for the last 9 years. Thank you for the 45% pay cut. Yeah, I did say that. 45% pay cut is what I took. And thank you for taking away my bonuses, but I'm not working here no more because it's costing me money if I work here. I'm going to be on Skype. I'm going to be on webinars. I'm going to be on my cell phone. And I'm going to be on the email helping the people around the world that want to make money with my international business. And that's what I did. And you can do it too. So I hit that. And then in December, on the 9th of December, I hit this and got the additional bonus. That's incredible. That's life-changing for my family. Once that happens, you're going to roll into the goal. 2 more months of 500 cycles because you got a team that's going for it like you. They're going to push you up. You're going to get 500 cycles 2 months in a row. That's a $25,000 bonus. What would you do with that money? Think about it. Pay off some debt, travel the world, buy a new RV, I don't know, a new car, and remodel your house. Think about what you can do. What about a whole new wardrobe? How would you like to take all the clothes out of your house and just go down and buy some new clothes? Shoes and everything. Jewelry, the whole 9 yards. Ruby, 1,000 cycles, 2 months in a row, $50,000 bonus. These bonuses over here are one time, but these are on the table for Mr. Rick Mikey to say, hey, come and get it. You want to be a leader? Here it is. Come and get it. My sponsor did this. He got a $100,000 bonus. He's going to talk here in a couple of minutes. He did that on November 30th, and in Long Beach, California, with our convention in December, he went ahead and walked across the stage and got a $100,000 bonus. Yeah, above and beyond the $270,000 check that he got from just doing his job and building the business. When you get 5,000 cycles 2 months in a row, that's a $500,000 bonus. Are you kidding me? Who does that? Who does it? Nobody. Okay? Nobody does this. But Rick Mikey does it. He's our leader. He's our CEO. And he's unbelievable. Okay? He's given back to the field. Now, look at this sentence here at the bottom before I wrap up. Look at this. 25% of all the worldwide bets qualify as volume. Think about everybody around the world that's got an iPad, an iPhone, a tablet, whatever, laptop, home computer, and they log on to the casino because we told them what to do. Every time they bet $100, $25, which is 25 points, goes into the binary. Now, they can bet $10. They can bet whatever they want. I'm giving you an example of 100. Every $100 bet, 25 points goes into the binary. That's a lot of points, ladies and gentlemen, because it could be unbelievably around the planet, underneath you, 20, 30, 50, 200, 500 levels below you, but that all counts for you. All of that counts for you. It's all volume. You can wake up one morning and open up your computer, and you see, wow, 3 new people joined my business overnight. Not too bad. Wow, I got 44,000 new points. Unbelievable. I just cycled 86 times. And you made all kinds of money while you're sleeping. Look at this. When we get to 100 million in revenue, which is Rick Mikey's first goal, by the way, for 2014, his overall goal is 500 million, just so you know, and then we're going to go to $1 billion. But when we get to 100 million revenue, 25 million points, business volume is going to go into the binary. How much of that do you want? Get your footprint out there, ladies and gentlemen. Tell the world about this thing. When we get to $1 billion, 250 million business volume is going to go into the binary. How much of that do you want? Okay? That's enormous. Look at our leadership pools. Once you hit those ranks we discussed a couple of slides ago, silver, gold, ruby, emerald, and diamond, you're going to get an extra 5, 10, 15, 20, 25% of the casino profits above and beyond everything else I've been talking to you about. That's another bucket of money that you can dip your shovel into, your cup, or whatever you want, and you can get the cash out of it. That's an additional 25%. And then here's the big one here for emperors. Look at this. Remember I said there's bigger bonuses and added value and bigger perks? Here's the biggest perk of them all, perk, P-E-R-K, that Mr. Rick Mikey led on the table for everybody that sticks their neck out, steps up their game, gets committed, and becomes an emperor. Here's what it is. You can share in on 50% of the worldwide profits for life of the casino. For life. This is willable to your estate. You get it every month, willable to your estate, and you can keep it in your legacy. That's incredible. Now, it's limited to the first 5,000 positions, which means this. There's only 5,000 of them, and some people have purchased more than one. But if you become an emperor, which I am now, and I wasn't an emperor in the beginning, I was a novice, because that's all I can do at the time, and I'm, kind of embarrassed to tell you that, but that's the truth. I didn't have the funds. But I worked my way up and became an emperor, and I'm not leaving any money on the table right now. Having said that, once the emperor positions are sold, this grandfather position, this added bonus and perk will go away, but there's going to be a phase 2, which will be discussed in the future. But my point is, every time people places a bet, we get paid, but this right here is the grand master bonus of them all. It's a worldwide business, ladies and gentlemen. We're excited about having you on board. We want you to think global. You can definitely bet on it with Infinity to Global. I'm going to bring on a gentleman right now that I've known for many years. He's a serious networker. He also helps out in the Las Vegas community. Gary, you on the line?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I want to introduce to the call, ladies and gentlemen, a dear friend, and he's doing a tremendous job. He got started slow, but he's picking up speed, and he's offering his personal services to the community, and I'm going to let him tell a story. This is Pastor Gary Davis. Take it away, Gary.
Hey, good evening, everyone, and good evening to you, Tony. Excellent presentation you make here. One of these days when I grow up, I'm going to be just like you. We looked at this program, and Dennis Warren has been a buddy of mine for 20-some years. We've been several businesses together, like Tony and I have been together for many, many years, and Dennis had called me several times about this program over 3 months ago, and I told him no, I wasn't interested in working any more programs, and he just kept calling. And for you who call someone and they turn you down, they say no, which already I've had quite a few people come on my team that told me no the first time. I told him no over 50 times, and he emailed me and called me. But one day he got smart. He started calling on a block call, and as he called on a block call, my wife thought it was a doctor calling, and she answered the phone, and she said, Jenny, go to my website. I just paid $134,000. Jenny went and looked at his website, and guess what? She jumped me real fast. She says, Gary, you got to look at this. So immediately I called Tony and called Dennis when I found out Tony was involved with it too. And I knew if Tony was involved, it had to be good. So we jumped on board with it. And as of today, we're averaging. I just run some stats here, Tony. Average today, we're putting like 14 people are enrolling a day in my organization. That's 100 a week. We got over 600 enrolled in the 6 weeks we've been involved with it. That's unbelievable. I've never seen a business like that in my life. But the thing that drives me is I've been retired for 25 years and worked several businesses, and we need a cash flow for a our LV Victory outreach program we ran here for many, many years. And this is our program we run for the homeless and the homeless vets. In Las Vegas, there's over 10,000 people, homeless people on the streets. And we cater to about 1,000 of those people. And on a weekly basis, every Wednesday, we absolutely shut down everything we're doing, go to the grocery store and buy $100, $200 worth of groceries, bring them home, and we turn our kitchen into a soup kitchen. We actually cook the meal. Of course, being a chef for many years, owning several restaurants, it's not too complicated for me to handle that. But this New Year's Day, we celebrated on the street with about 75 people. These are homeless people. Many of them are vets. And, of course, we cooked the traditional corned beef and cabbage and potatoes and all the trimmings of the pies, the cookies, the cupcakes, and the coffees, and the hot chocolates and bananas and oranges and all that. We had a feast this New Year's. We did the same thing on Christmas Day. That's how we spend our days at the holidays with these people. So the idea is to get them off the streets. Now, you feed the people, and then you sort through them and you find the vets. So far, in the last 13 years that we have run this program, every Wednesday, rain, shine, cold, whatever, and we're on the street. Even when it's raining, we're on the street under umbrellas feeding. But do you believe we have got over 300 people off the streets? 13 of them, we got bus tickets and sent them back home. They send us cards, presents, how well they back to life. It takes almost a year to get a veteran's ID back, his passport, ID, driver's license, get them a job. Of course, you got to get them tried out, get them off anything they're on, and get them back in society. And that is a real blessing that we do. Well, we need cash flow for that. And this business has given us a cash flow plus the time so we don't have to hold down a job. I was working some part-time jobs. Of course, like Tony, I retired too. I'm not doing nothing else except this. I can sit at my home office, which is a good home-based business. I sit at my desk, send out a few emails, make a few calls, and my business is growing like you wouldn't believe. That is what we do. That's what we're thankful, this business coming through to help us. Of course, I want to give you 5 things that I've used for many years. There's 5 things that you will remember when you look at or think about a business. Number 1 is timing. Timing is everything in businesses. Number 2 is timing. Timing has got all there is to do with business getting started. Number 3 is also timing. You say, well, gee, that's 3 of them. But number 4 is very important, is being with a group of people that you can trust, that is a good Christian-based families, and being involved with a company that will pay and guarantee you pay. Not only the 5th thing is having somebody to set up your websites, set up your meetings, and do the conference calls like we're doing now. All you have to do is bring people to the table, and that's up to you, because that's all you really need to do to bring people to the business, and we will help get them signed up, get them sponsored, and teach them a business. That's the five methods doing business. Real simple. So we challenge you to come to some of our meetings. We have meetings every Tuesday night in Las Vegas, every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock in Las Vegas, and we challenge you to bring some people. Join us. We will help you, and also we invite you, if you like to come to our feed on Wednesdays, you can contact one of us, and we'll give you the locations. So that's my story, Tony, and I don't have any others, so I'm having a blast, more fun than I've ever made. And you know what is so neat? It's seeing that cash fall in your bank account every day, and, of course, going in your bank every Friday. I haven't seen that before because most companies don't pay every week like this one does. So, Tony, I'll turn it back to you.
And, Gary, I know you're a pastor, so it doesn't matter that there's gaming involved. You're still involved with this industry, and I know that you just recently you took your proceeds and you upgraded to Emperor, which we're so proud of you. But can you touch on the gaming side of it? Even as a pastor and so forth, some people say, well, I don't want to do it because it's gaming. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, Tony, it's real simple. If you know the Bible, if you know the Lord, all you need to do is look at Proverbs 13:22, and it will answer all your questions. That's 13:22 in Proverbs. It will answer all your questions, and once you understand that, go for it, baby. Because I don't gamble, I don't do any of those things, but I'm gambling every time I drive my car down the street. I'm gambling every time I get in business. The business failed, and I've had a lot of them fail. Of course, I have made a lot of money off a lot of them over the years. So it's a gamble, but just look at Proverbs 13:22, and it will tell you why we're in this business. And by the way, I'm not the only pastor involved with it. Quite a few other pastors and a couple churches also involved. So we're going places, Tony.
Awesome, Gary. We appreciate you, man. You're doing a fantastic job. Next, I'd like to bring up the gentleman who was nice enough to pick up the phone and call me in the very beginning, a dear friend of mine from Los Angeles, California. And I'd like him to tell his story, bring to the table Mr. Dennis DeVorn. Take it away, Dennis.
Yeah, hi, Tony. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can. You're great.
Okay, that was a great job, Tony. Yeah, I've been involved in direct selling for about 23, 24 years. And I had a kind of a little unfair advantage to most people because my best friend for 23 years, Richard Anzalone, I was at his wedding, he was at mine, Tony was also at his wedding, and we've been best friends. And so I listened to him when he called me in the middle of July. Otherwise, I wouldn't have, because I get 2 or 3 calls a day, and most of them sound really good. They got a good product, or it sounds like they got a good compensation plan. But in the back of your mind, 99% aren't going to make it. And that's because of the management. Management will screw up either, with the finance or the legal or what have you. And we've seen that time and time again. So anyway, I listened to him. And then when I heard that Rick Mikey was the CEO behind this, that's when I really went to work. That was my due diligence because I've known Rick several years. And he, as Tony says, has an impeccable reputation. Never, had any problems with even, people would aspire to do the business that he did. But anyway, that's when I went to work. I had 0 on the left, I had 0 on the right, and I probably became the top earner because I probably got more no's than anybody else. So don't be afraid to get a no, because all you need is a few yeses, and you can do what I did. I really feel that. Anybody who can, even if they have a full-time job and they work an hour, they just make calls for an hour a day, they can become financially independent. Financially independent, to me, is $10,000 a month would take care of most of your bills. I did much better than that because, like I said, I just went, I treated it like a full-time job, and I called a lot of people, and I got a lot of no's, but I ended up making more money my first month than most people make in a year. And then on my 6th week, I made that same amount of money in 1 week. And now we're not even 5 months old yet, and I made enough money where I can go to any city in America, and I can pay all cash for a house. And that's pretty extraordinary in such a short time. Most people that have done network marketing kind of don't get it because they're used to maybe a propeller airplane, and they've never seen a jet before. And we're a jet because I say that because it goes so fast. It's so easy. You don't have to explain gambling. And it's just really what I call net fund marketing without even trying to make it clever. It really is. All the other stuff, network marketing, that's a lot of work. And that's why what happened to me last year was a contrast to what I had this year. Last year, I had the worst financial situation. I think most of you will agree, and some of you can relate. I had a personal bankruptcy. I lost my car in a repo. I lost my house in a foreclosure, and I lost my wife. And I kind of get choked up because I really, really, really miss my car. But that's what happened to me last year. I had the wrong vehicle. And that could happen. Network marketing is it's a lot of work where if you have a product or service, no matter how good it is, you have to explain why it's better than the other 20,000 companies that have a similar product that say theirs is the best. And maybe there is a pill that'll save your life or prolong it, but it sure won't help your financial life. That's what I found for 23 years. This one here is quite different. It's unique. It's exciting. It's sexy. Anyway, back to you, Tony. Oh, wait a minute. I want to introduce someone who I didn't even know. Someone I sponsored someone else, and they sponsored this young lady. Mariah is her name, the Ton, and she's calling from San Diego. Mariah, why don't you, if you're on the line, just tell the people your short story about what happened with you with I2g.
Hello, hi, good evening, everyone. Hi, this is Mariah from Southern California. Again, oh, wow, every time I listen to your presentation, I'm always excited. I feel like buying another emperor again. So thanks to Pastor Davis and, of course, Tony, Dennis, thank you. I believe in what you're saying. I've been a networker for almost 12 years now, and I'm a very skeptical person. I'm a kind of person that's not easy to be convinced. But when my friend for 6 years, showed me the opportunity of I2g, well, wow, this is life-changing. I'm telling you, everyone. So that's why I'm in as a networker. I always look for opportunity, something that can feed my family. My loyalty is to my family. So with I2g, the timing is right. This is still in the ground floor opportunity, and a proven company, proven industry. Online gaming is a $50 billion industry, which is projected to triple in the next 2 years. I don't gamble. My husband and I don't gamble. We don't even buy a lottery ticket. But just like what Dennis always say, that I make money every time someone places a bet anywhere in the world. So for all of those people right now who are listening, this is the right vehicle to success. Position yourself now. Timing is of essence. Timing is money. Position yourself now because there is so much growth ahead. Imagine the growth that's going to, that we will all be enjoying. Be the first one and enjoy the benefit. Thank you very much.
Great job, Mariah. You're doing a phenomenal job. We appreciate you, and thanks for your testimonial. Ladies and gentlemen, obviously, we've talked about a lot of stuff. Don't let all the numbers scare you. Don't let them confuse you. Just focus on what we all been talking about, which is get in. Don't procrastinate. Get with the person that invited you in. This is a big opportunity. Your family can change its financial landscape quickly like it has for the four of us that we just talked. This company is brand new on its side of it, but the infrastructure, the casino, and the licensing that's been around, like I've said, for about 14 years. We have a tremendous future ahead of us. Get with the person that invited you to the webinar. If you're listening to this on a recording, get with the person, like I said. Focus on the basic stuff. Get started. Start talking to people, and before you know it, you could be having your dreams come true. Your cash flow can start happening, and you can do what we've done. It can happen to you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great day. This is Tony Adamy on behalf of Dennis DeVoren, Mariah, and Pastor Gary Davis. We wish you a great day. We look forward to talking to you again and seeing you more.